Welcome students, my name Dipti Naik, working as an assistant professor in Government College of Arts, Commerce and Science in Capen. Okay, so today we are going to study the program for Bachelor of Science students third year in the subject Botany for semester 5. Course code is BOC 107 and course title is Microbiology and Plant Pathology. So the title of the unit is Plant Disease Management. In this unit, we are going to study the module is Biological System for Disease Management. Okay. So outline. In this module, we are going to study what do you mean by biological controls, then various methods which or the mechanisms which are used to control plant pathogens. Okay. Then the advantages and the disadvantages of biological control. Learning outcomes. Okay, once we finish with this module, we will be able to define what is biological control, explain the various mechanisms of biological control, then enlist advantages and the disadvantages of biological methods. Introduction. Okay, so biological control method is best, environmentally safer and cheaper method. Okay, so pathogen activity is reduced in this method using other living organisms. Okay, so this term applies to use the microbial antagonist to suppress disease as well as use of host specific pathogen to control pathogens. Now there is a phallosphere and phalloplane region which is immediate vicinity of the leaf surface. So vicinity means the area near or surrounding the particular place. Okay, and second is the rhizosphere or the rhizoplane region which is immediate vicinity of the roots. Okay, roots. So these microbial communities are constantly in dynamic state due to the exogenous and the endogenous sources of nutrients. Next aims of the biological control method. Okay, so first aim is reduction of inoculum of pathogen, second is reduction of infection to host by pathogen, and third is the reduction of severity of attack by pathogen. So what is antagonism? Okay, so this is an inhibitory relationship between the microorganisms. This also includes plants. So here are the mechanisms of biocontrol methods, that is animalism, competition, predation and the parasitism. First animalism. Okay, in this phenomena we are going to study about the antibiosis and the lysis. Okay, so animalism, it is a phenomena where one population adversely affect the growth of another population while itself being unaffected by the other populations, and it is accomplished by secretion inhibitory substances. Okay, there is a situation where the metabolite secreted by organism A inhibits the organism B, but organism A is not affected, and this process is called as antibiosis. So metabolites penetrate through cell wall and inhibits its activity by the chemical toxicity, since they are having the capability to they are having some chemicals. Okay, so next is the antimicrobial metabolites are produced underground parts such as plants, soil microorganism, plant residues, etc. Okay, a chemical substance, that is melanin, is present in the cell wall of these metabolites which help them to resist the lysis. Next mechanism is the competition. Okay, so competition in the species exists between competition exists between organisms for nutrients including oxygen and space, but not for the water potential, temperature or pH. Okay, so success of fungal species is determined by competitive saprophytic ability and inoculum potential of that species. The summation of the physiological characteristics that make for success in competitive colonization of dead organic substrate is called as competitive saprophytic ability. Now these are the characteristics of competitive saprophytic ability. So competitively saprophytic organisms have capability to rapid germination of fungal propagules and fast growth of young hyphae towards a source of soluble nutrients. and appropriate enzyme equipments for degradation of carbon constituents of plant tissues. And they can also excretion of fungicidal and the bacteriostatic growth products including antibiotics. So they can show the tolerance of fungicidal substance produced by the competitive microorganisms. Next method is the predation and parasitism. So predation means apparent from mode of antagonism where a living microorganism is mechanically attacked by another with a consequence of death of the former is known as the predation. Okay. Whereas parasitism is the phenomena where one organism consumes another organism. Okay. So the example of parasitism is fungi, nematodes and amoeba. Now mycoparasitism. This is under parasitism. Okay. So in this, one fungus is parasitized by another one. Okay. So one fungus is parasitized by another one. So parasiting fungi is known as the hyperparasite, whereas parasitized fungus is known as hypoparasite. Okay. So it occurs in nature as a result of interfungus interaction, that is fungus-fungus interaction. Okay. So several events takes place to lead the predations, okay, such as coiling, penetration, branching, sporulation, resting body production and barrier formation and the lysis. Okay. So these are various methods. So here you can see the events of mycoparasitism, how they are working. Okay. So this in first structure A, okay, you can see this is the antagonist, okay, the spiral one. Okay, and the longer one, okay, which is straight, is the hyphae. So antagonist come in contact with the and coils around the host hyphae. You can see here they are coiled around the host hyphae, and due to coiling, host hyphae loses its strength. Okay, and due to capability of antagonist, okay, to degrade enzyme and secrete cell wall, it penetrates into the cell wall. Okay, here you can see it is penetrating into the cell wall. Okay, and next here you can see the cytoplasm accumulates to form a spherical here, okay, irregular or the elongated structure, and therefore the hyphae of antagonist cannot pass through the cell wall. Okay, they cannot pass through the cell wall inside this. Okay, later on, then finally the post infection event leads, okay, due to which it penetrates, okay, into the cell due to degradation, and later on it will form a chlamydospore. This is the chlamydospore formed by the antagonist. Okay, so they will form a chlamydospore inside the host hyphae. Okay, and finally, okay, post infection event will lead and the lysis will take place. This lysis will take place due to loss of nutrients and vigorous of survival, it die. Okay, so this is about the events which are taking place in the mycoparasitism. Now next is the nematophagy. Okay, so nematophagy means it is the phenomena of eating upon the nematodes by the fungi. Okay, so here the nematodes are attacked by the fungi. So nematophagous fungi are known which develops different kinds of traps. So here you can see, okay, this T, it indicates the traps which are done by the nematophagous fungi. Okay, and arrest the pathogen. See here all this have nematophagous fungi have made a trap and it has arrested the pathogenic nematode, and finally it will kill it. Okay, so this is about the nematophagy. Okay, example is Anthophytres. Next is mycophagy. Okay, so this is the phenomena of feeding. The phenomena of feeding on fungi by amoeba. Okay, so this is mostly seen in the wheat plant and all. Okay, so the example is Erica culnella, and the steps of feeding of fungal propagules by the soil amoeba is attachment, enfulfillment and the digestion. Okay, so in attachment, okay, of the amoeba to the fungal propagules, okay, so this is conidia. They may attach to conidia also and may also attach to the hyphae of the fungi. Okay, then enflugment. Okay, so the fungal propagules are finally enfluged by the amoeba. Okay, here small, okay, here small attachments, okay, of the amoeba you can see inside the hyphal cell, and the spores here also they have entered, okay, into the hyphae or the conidia which is formed. Okay, and it makes perforations. It will start making perforations. Okay, and later on it will get digested. Okay, so digestion, it is a complete or partially effluxated propagules or the cytoplasmic fungi are digested. Okay, these are digested into vacuoles. Now advantages of biocontrol method. So it is less costly, cheaper, environmentally safe and increase the crop yield. Okay, it will also give protection to the crop, then it will not cause any toxicity to the plants. Then application of this biocontrol method is safer to environment and the person who applies them. Then it also multiplies easily in the soil and leaves no residual problem. These biocontrol agents not only control the diseases but also enhances the root and plant growth by encouraging the beneficial soil microflora. It also helps in easy to handle and apply to the target. Biocontrol agents can be combined with the biofertilizers and can be applied, and they are easy to manufacture. Whereas the disadvantages, it is less effective than fungicides and can only be used against specific diseases, have slow effect in the control of plant disease. Here they need a skilled persons are required to avoid the contaminations. Shelf life of biocontrol agent is very short and efficiency in making the decided by environmental conditions. These are my references. Thank you.